Now it's not me. Haha.
The
No, you're late.
music ends, and then you're supposed to like start the show. So you give them the one, and then the like a two.
Hey.
That's on.
Look at that.
All right. But
the timer too.
Dan's late to the show. I'm
Always
late to the posting and on the shares to try and alert people about the show. I had all the pre-show stuff done though.
Yeah,
I did have that all ready to go.
Did the computer not crash this week?
No crashes. Yeah,
Nice.
Bloginator worked as well.
Man, somebody flipped the switch. Mondays aren't Monday. This is great.
Amen, bro. Every Monday doesn't gotta suck.
Does the fidget spinner still spin like crazy?
Fidget spins.
Yep.
Bet.
Spins. Fidgeter spinner.
If you are showing up to the show right now, you could go ahead and use Dan's free advice on the show.
Yes. Free and frugal.
And share it out as we share it out. Yeah, I wonder if my mic's going to echo on you because I loosened it up since you weren't here last week.
Loosened it up. Ooh. Whoa.
Yeah, hit it up. Who's the one that did the loosen up my button, man? We're sharing the show. What up? Yeah, Dan Small Echo. Bet I'm gonna have to like back it up. Echo. What up, Wilkinsane? Welcome into the show tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Hit the notification and it took me nowhere.
Oh man. Did you share the show while we were sharing the show, Wilkinsane? Did everybody share it out? If we sit here and don't start the show until everybody shares it,
I think people were waiting,
up.
and then they fell asleep waiting on mostly me.
Well, that's what all my old people friends and family tell me, that I'm like, watch the show. They're like, y'all don't start before I go to bed.
You might have to start doing it where you get it rolling, and I'm just like the hop in.
I've thought about that, but I know how you are, bro, and you just wouldn't show up. You'd be like,
I mean, I'm still way behind, but I was like, well, the people need some awareness.
Nah, bro, you need gun to head, dog. It needs to be like the whole show's waiting on you, dog. This is the only way we're getting down.
I'm just saying I'm showing up this week. I was late, but I made it here.
But when you're having a tough day, you'd be like, sorry, started at it.
Yeah. Luckily, no Monday stuff was happening because, it was already late. If the Monday stuff was rolling, probably would have said, nah.
Wilkinsane says she about to ZZ. How was your Monday, Wilkinsane? Was it a Wilkinsane Monday or was it a Chillinsane Monday?
The shotgun of form energy. Yep.
Right.
That's how you do it.
I shotgunned a Form Energy drink on Saturday because we were celebrating my birthday with my family.
Yeah.
So I had the double energy drink.
Double fisting.
But the funniest part was like me and my mom's was like the only ones drinking because my sister pregnant. I guess my dad was. But we were chill.
Yeah, it's good to have it nice and chill.
I had too much fun with the kiddos rolling around on the floor playing that for the first time, and I can remember, I lost a gauge. One of my earrings done fell out.
Whoa.
Luckily, it has been recovered, though. All right, I shared the show out. Okay. Who's in the chat?
I still should buy it for you anyways. I seen a gauge, the perfect gauge the other day. Made me want to almost gauge my ears out to make the journey.
Heads up, the trick is your ears are only like a certain size and you can go too big where they just looks goofy.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? Yeah.
I would get it just big enough if my ears could. It didn't look that big, but it's a cat where it's like the head gets stuck above, and then the bottom of it's like hanging out the back, and then the cat's giving a little cat middle finger.
It would be some cat crap with you.
Yeah, giving the middle finger was like good, and then having the cat being a black cat, that's its behavior. Like, yep, that's pretty perfect. Yeah, it's always made me get my first tattoo, cat related, and now get a gauge, cat related. I think I might have that parasite that the cats that affects the cats, and then it goes, and makes you just like slave for the cats. I think that must have been what happened. Send help before other damn cat parasite version comes back.
Bro, toxoplasmosis is so crazy. The parasite literally makes the human want to take care of the cats because the parasites live mostly in the cats, and then after the human dies, the cats want to eat the human to consume the parasite to keep the parasite living in the cat. Yeah. That's effing wild.
Now, see, I think that's the only, they're like,
that sounds like a reasonable parasite. He's very...
No, that's definitely not what I was going to say. I was going to say a lot of people go dogs over cats. The main reason they would bring up is, once if you died and your dog's around, he's not going to eat you. Your cat eats you. Like, maybe, I feel like it'd only be that
maybe the whole time they were infected.
Yeah. I feel like there's plenty of cats that we've seen and it's been documented. They do not.
Shut up, Google.
They don't.
Google talking to us for no reason.
They're super heartbroken when their owners pass. They pass before them and they don't eat them. Not nomming them up.
My microphone is hot today. Hey man, my microphone is picking up Dan like it ain't nothing. I'm gonna have to do one of these over here.
Louder today.
I don't know what it is, bro. It's just picking you up like ain't nothing.
I went into my settings and I turned up my carry and my vocals. Yeah.
AKA he slept this week. All right.
I did get some good sleep last night and not the night before. Not the night before, but the night before that was actually pretty good.
Dang, bro, I'm going to have to keep muting myself. But anyway, I suppose that's time to welcome you back to the TrutherCast, home of the TrutherCast, where we are here to take your truth order. Now, that may have been the longest wait for the opener in TrutherCast history, but we're all good now. So if you're not familiar with the show, folks, we are attempting to not be two more guys out here on the old internet bitching, moaning, and complaining, and leaving you with a sad feeling of despair. No, unlike that, we are here to bring you a little bit of the good news, the things that aren't maybe rage bait-tastic, so that's probably why we're not the most popular, right? We don't use clickbaity headlines and whatnot. So you definitely got to make sure to use Dan's advice this week of not being a hoe. He'll tell you all about that in just a moment. But until then, I will tell you that we are a show where we grab alternate news tidbits, some information that might not have shown up in the feed, and we go over it, to tell you what happened last week so that we can help other people find some awareness, maybe they'll, come to a realization about how facts and reality work. So you should definitely make sure to hit that join button down below if you have not yet. It is free to join the Locals community, semi-private place where we can all hang out throughout the week, post some of the things that we think are interesting that need to be showcased here on the show. Like last week, I don't know if you got to watch last week's show, Mr. Nick Shirley got another banger coming out here, man, and it's exposing the potential Korean-Chinese mafia. Mm-hmm. And word on the street is he got a hit out on him now from the Chinese mafia.
Man, I think there's going to be a little too much of that coming up, unfortunately. Because things are just getting really tight, and everybody's getting more anxious and stressed out, and put in tighter spots, then you get more vulnerable and nudged possible.
Speaking of possible nudges, Wilkinson wants to know if you've been sleeping better since they turned the CERN machine off, because a lot of people are reporting this.
Wow, that's an interesting coincidence. I was driving through somewhere where it was like, I think near the suburbs, and apparently, I don't know if they read it right, but buddy said there was like a CERN type facility that is around us. There's some, they said that's
interesting.
Yeah, the name, it sounded like it was like the CERN thing, or they like seen, they could see, I guess, a bunch I couldn't see. And yeah, maybe we have a particle collider even closer to us than we know. I thought CERN was
really
like the only one in the world. Is there more?
It's like the only one in the world, but there are like similar things that are like not close at all, but they're similar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they do some shit like that, but they're like nowhere near that strong accordingly to our understanding, but maybe not.
They mess with particles, but they can't do the accelerate them
like
to
mini
where
black
you
hole
can
level.
you can make dark matter.
Yeah. Making dark matter with the
antimatter. I guess dark matter would be more
we
the
don't call
Avengers.
It antimatter anymore. I think it is like dark matter. They call it. I never hear antimatter now that you mention it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that would be a good one to figure out.
We just said screw it. It's confusing if it's different than the Avengers. We'll just call it that one.
Yeah.
The new Avengers trailer dropped. I have not watched it yet, so if you've seen it, sound off in the chat. Does it look like it's a return to what was good? Because that's what I'm hearing so far. But anyway, if you are a regular here, thank you for showing up. Miss Wilkinson in the chat. Very much appreciated. Yeah.
It was an interesting week.
Join the chat. Join the locals. Follow the show. Do all the things, and we can go on and get into it. But first, you got to remember Dan's advice of the week of how you can be helpful.
Don't be a hoe. Share the show. Or be a hoe. Still watch the show.
As long as you watch it?
I mean, that's the main part.
That's the main part. Sharing's cool, but as long as you watch.
Consistent watching, great. Sharing if you do a consistent every week, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That would be possibly the greatest. If every once in a while, hey, we're not all perfect and can't be that consistent, but it still goes a ways. It is very much appreciated.
Heck yeah, man. I would agree. Very many thank yous.
Let's do what the people came here for. Let's give them some awareness on what's going on. Do you think it was a little busier than past weeks, or I don't know?
It was dead, bro. It's dead. I do have a lot of posts, but it's like nothing like, very substantial. I mean, the Trump announcement thing was the most substantial thing, but to me, I guess it was a nothing burger. So I should have probably used that as the headline, but it was like whoop-de-doo. My bigger headline for today, like for the thumb and shit like that, is the theme, in my humble opinion, which is it's funnier when it's broken. The theme, which essentially is just me repeating myself with hopium, is the cracks are getting bigger. And it seems like the deep state machine, the sensationalized version is dead, but at minimum is greatly broken. And it does seem to all kind of lead back to the funding. No shit, right? USAID.
Yeah.
Ever since that shut down, remember 2 weeks ago we mentioned rap wasn't in the top 40 for the first time in since the thousands.
Yeah. Always remember, live free or die hard, Bruce Willis. Always follow the money.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
He was speaking facts right there. He was trying to tell us.
So the first topic of the cracks are getting larger, bro, is Bill Maher is asked if he would vote for JD Vance.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to? Do you know? I was gonna say, do you want to guess what he said?
I think I seen a liberal hive mind. He was covering this a little bit.
Yeah. So he said yes.
Yeah.
If the left Democrats are pushing what they're pushing right now, which is communism, that's what's going to push them over the board, man.
Yeah. Which at least he's open and honest about it. Like, all in for what it is. Yeah, it's communism. That's just what it is.
Seriously, man.
Calling us Nazi commies and whatnot. Like, no, it's just the pot calling the kettle black. They've always hit 9.5, 9.7 out of 10 times. If they're saying we're doing something as the Republican side or
right, man.
More than likely they're doing it. Look at Letitia James, all that stuff.
They're like the masters of projection, and they don't know it.
It's like they can't help it. I think it's just part of that programming.
You're right.
America great again. We will make America great again.
All right, cool. It's 9:00. What up, Steezy? How you be doing, my man?
Hey, Steez.
Did you hear Bill Maher's gonna vote JD Vance, man?
It's funny. I still got that ranch dip in my fridge. I should probably throw that out. Steve,
hey man, how you doing? That reminds me of the ranch. Right.
Yeah.
Bro, you calling me fat?
Dude,
no, just
the tisms are weird. The tisms are weird, man.
We both like ranch. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying you're a ranchaholic, but I am, but not enough. It's left over and I should throw it away.
That was just the last time I got to see Steez. Hope you guys be doing good out there.
Yeah, man. So next up, man, is another interesting one, bro. And so this question here to you, sir, is the controlled culture machine breaking down just like the mainstream media machine, right? The mainstream news machine is clearly breaking down because more people are, getting out and doing little podcast shows like this, or, the big fancy well-known ones.
There is realization and awareness spreading.
Yeah, bro, a lot of it, spreading. I feel, right? So
can we copyright this to ourselves?
Is the culture machine potential, right? If we put it on the website and put a TM after it, we should be good.
Anytime somebody says TM, one thing flashes in my brain, and always does.
Is it some squirrel shit?
Mike Myers from the Love Guru. TM.
Oh, nice. That was a good one.
He'd do that thing every time he had the opportunity.
Yeah, right. That was the shtick of that one, right? So
anyways.
Are the chosen musicians spreading a targeted message falling apart just like the talking heads are on the news media? Because have you heard about the stories recently of how they're not filling up music stadiums anymore as much as they were? I believe even Beyonce, it was tough for her to sell out an entire theater or something like that. But of course, her on the tippy top of, popularity is still selling some out or something. But there's a lot of reports I'm hearing from Tim Pool that the musicians are not selling out these places. And so he goes on to a, very subtle conspiracy theory of the USAID money being used to not only prop up rap hip hop music to the top 40, how it's dropped out, right? But also to actually have people fill in seats at these top musician events and venues. And at first I go, because I swear to God, bro, I'm the tinfoil guy, right? But I always go, man, hold up, right? So you're like, that's a little bit far, right? But now think about this. Government, USAID, gives money to NGO. NGO gives money to nonprofit for political activism. Political activism nonprofit goes, we need to help get votes, so we're going to give out a bunch of free tickets or pay people to go to a musician that says the things we like and presents the democratic message or the destruction of America, the communist message. And then here, sign an NDA and you can't say anything about us giving you a ticket.
Yeah.
That's all of a sudden not so crazy, right?
That NDA sure would make a lot of sense. And why? Like that bears the question, why the NDA?
Like, what do you have to hide? Now, that part's made up.
Because you're basically, just like how Nick Shirley exposing the people basically buying those votes, even though it's $1 and, like this
That's still illegal, yeah.
So it's the same concept. It's
totally
steering the voter base.
Right, bro, right.
Which is why propaganda, it was such a big deal and having it not being legal, and why it's so controversial, and why all the big mainstream media, like we are just talking about, is dying, because everybody is now starting to see that they don't actually, everybody had just this, like, I think we all had a this like understanding of everybody just figured that mainstream, if they're showing you something, it has to be valid. Like, they can't, like, almost legally maybe show us something not true to possibly mislead us and steer us in a way. But then you find out, oh, they basically all been doing that for a long time, and they're like, nothing comes of it. They're not getting prosecuted or any legal consequences.
100%. It's like what really, was that really that popular? Wait, what?
Yeah.
I agree.
Here's a fantastic visual analogy for how bots on the internet work as well, bro. To create a narrative to convince people of groupthink and to say, this is what is cool, or this is the norm, you should think and agree this way, right?
Yeah, just like they've been always doing in the comments.
Sometimes it may seem crazy that everything is fake, or a band or an entire idea is not as well liked as you might think, right? And so the example here that
in
Tim
2019,
uses
Shane Gillis
comes off the news of Shane Gillis breaking a world record for tickets sold out for a solo comedy event. And it was something like 75,000 or something like that. That's wacko numbers for somebody just cracking jokes.
I mean, I don't know. Shoot, we could compare it to like some older comics like Chappelle.
No, sure.
Whatnot,
but he broke the record, so he beat all of them.
Oh, so it's a fish, like every last one of them, like
Guinness World Record for most tickets sold for a solo comedy event.
Okay, for specific. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, Shane Gillis is good.
He's potentially the current GOAT, right?
He's like the new like.
He's like the new Chappelle.
Yeah. Just like he pushes all the boundaries, and that's what people want. That's what people want in comedy. That's the point of comedy, to like make jokes about things that is edgy, because otherwise, and then you can't laugh out. So that's why we kind of made comedy.
But the average person likes gossip.
I mean, yeah, it's been going down because
It's kind of work, bro.
like they've been having that stuff in the water for a while, so it's been kind of going down because the test.
But he kind of starts this, pontification off. All of a sudden, Shane Gillis is setting a Guinness Book of World Records where just a few years ago they tried to cancel him for making a racial joke. He did like a ching chong voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they fired him off SNL. And in the old days, he would have been roasted, bro. He just would have been like persona non grata.
Yeah.
Wrote him off, boom, done. But because of the internet, he just kept doing his own thing, and then he did like a show, right?
Yeah.
And like all kinds of stuff, right? But anyway, the other interesting concept is, was this only possible now because people actually go to the comedy event because they don't go to music events?
I would say it's also, I'd say it's also a lot. Remember the Super Bowl? How they were like, Bad Bunny broke these like records, this and that, and it's like, you know, I'm a big Shane. I'm not trying to like, you know, like down like the Shane Gillis record, nothing, because I'm a big Shane Gillis fan, but it's probably also a lot of these records we're seeing like this is, remember what we're going over with the population differences, like from before till now with the, like when we went over the Super Bowl thing. Yeah, so we kind of have a population issue, so that has definitely a little, you know, it's just a mathematical thing. You can't get away from it. It's so the numbers are in a way where it is very, I'd say, a little more easily workable for these things in the moment. But either way, you know, great. It just shows, you know, I think that shows the commies doing all right. People got money to spend. Everybody's buying stuff for entertainment. Still trying to, you know, live life.
I know them Shane Gillis tickets were not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, we could ask Google how much a ticket was.
So here is the visual analogy. If you ever need this for somebody, you can just go to the locals community and type in what was it? Visual analogy for bots on the internet. So anything with like bots on the internet, you know, or like visual analogy. If you go to the locals and you hit search, then you can pull this up for somebody, or you can go to the receipts link in the description box down below. Head on over to the website. It's got all these links right there for you. But if you forgot which one it was one day, local search, website search will work too. I fixed the search to be fancy on the website. Anyway, visual analogy. Visual analogy of how bots work on the internet. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, we're gonna skip. I'm not gonna play the music for obvious reasons, but there's Oprah. She's dancing. It's 2009. Everybody loves it. Now this crowd is just standing there. They're not getting with it. What's going on?
Wait, yeah. Why is everybody not dancing?
Wait, one lady starts dancing. What's this? I got a feeling today's gonna be a good day. Remember that song? Where's everybody? And the crowd is just standing there. One lady's dancing. What's going on? And okay, so it wasn't 20,000. Yeah, it's a couple thousand people. Looks like in the audience. Maybe even around no, I think it's a couple thousand. I thought that it was like, oh, what's that? They're all starting to dance in synchronized fashion. What's happening? The front of the crowd, they're all synchronized. Oh, here we go. This generated a lot of controversy. People were extremely angry because they blocked off the road for a TV show performance, and it wasn't for the public. More and more people then start joining into a choreographed, synchronized dance. The fans are not real. The fans are not real. There goes everybody.
You don't care, Oprah.
This is a big deal. I remember back then, because I was living in Chicago, people were pissed off. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people liked it. I'm not saying everybody was mad. I'm saying there were a lot of people that were like, you pretended to put on a show for the people, but it was actually just a TV show, and you blocked off a portion of the city, a small portion, but the road, and there they all are. Now understand this, the whole point. How could it be that what appears to be a couple thousand people in the audience were actually all performers? Look at this. Look how big the crowd is. Actually, yeah, wow. No way the back is also coordinated. I thought it was just the front two. That's what I thought. I knew there's a ton of people there, but the first 2,000 in that main group are all a choreographed dance routine. Indeed, my friends.
Now, sure, they could be regular people that were given money to be a performer, but they were most certainly a performer nonetheless. And the point here, folks, is consider that a bot. So with technology, it's very simple to put out, tens of thousands of bots that all say, I like Black Eyed Peas. And then you go, oh my gosh, everybody likes Black Eyed Peas. You turn on the music and you go, what? This sucks. And then all you do is you see more like, oh man, the Black Eyed Peas are so great. And you're like, damn, maybe I should try this again. You know, you put it on and you're like, okay, sucks a little less, you know, and then you open it up and you see, dang, man, more people like it. And then you pull it up one more time and you go like, okay, this song's kind of growing on me. Maybe I was wrong, you know. And I think that's just a very interesting visual aid for that concept of groupthink being manipulated potentially, being paid for potentially. Because I'll imagine that all those people got paid. Maybe they all did it just for a free concert for Oprah. But I would imagine they probably gave all of them a little bit of a fee.
Yeah, I would sure
Especially
think
if they're
so.
liberal, that would be rude to ask them to come and work.
Donations, a gift, you know, of something in cash, either way. But thing to think about is, so how many thousands of people was that were part of the group dancing?
It looked like he was guessing 2,000. Looked like good 1,000 too.
Yeah, that was a very specific, you know, thing. You needed dancers, you know, that's only so many people, whatnot. That's very specialized. You're gonna have a little less people you can buy.
Like
and
it wasn't
pay for
too complex. You could teach a regular jack maybe, but sure.
But yeah,
that's where I was kind of thinking too.
Pretty darn good on point. I think they're all like more.
The front ones definitely were like professional popping.
Yeah. So
the back ones maybe they're just a schmo.
Remember what the DNC said about our conventions totally can't be, you know, everybody here is on their own. Nobody got paid, this and that. So basically they have the capability, and so they had 2,000 people, very specific like resume types, just to show up at the DNC to fill a spot, be like, hey, look at how many people are here supporting Kamala.
Not very difficult.
Yeah, look at how many people are supporting Kamala. Come on, see. And then, you know, as people,
what they spend that $1 billion on, bro? Of course they spend it on the people showing up.
Yeah, the more people in that group, the more people levitating towards that thing, the people are gonna just
groupthink, bro. What's cool?
Yeah, they're gonna start hovering on over. So, you know, it must not be that bad. All these people think Kamala's, you know, good. So there can't be that many, you know, like people that don't know what's going on. And so, yeah, obviously they can buy spots at the DNC and they're denying it and whatnot. They obviously saying like, oh, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, right, bro. I think it's really funny that the Rage Against Machine propaganda backfired because they got me into like, yeah, bad, the government, rawr. Yeah. And then I went like, yeah, no, let's actually like find the bad communist people and then get them out of the government. And then I find out the whole time they were actually communists, and I just had no idea. I was just naive, and
maybe they
didn't actually look up who Che Guevara was.
Maybe they got swindled at a point and flipped. Maybe they.
Well, they were pro Che Guevara, and he's like a communist that like a bunch of thousands of people died because of him. I guess. Like later in life, I find out, and I go like, that's crazy because I always never wanted to wear that T-shirt. I was like, why would I wear a shirt with some guy's face on it? Now I'm gonna get a Rage Against Machine T-shirt, not like a Che Guevara T-shirt.
Yeah.
Turns out I never recommended communism.
There's that gut feeling that just works.
Another example he used is, I would imagine we're all familiar with the Benny and the Jets song, right? You know? Benny and the Jets. Yeah, so you know how that song has like a little, what sounds to be like live people in the background? Yeah, fake.
Huh.
The guy thought, oh, if I put in like live people in the background when we play the song on the radio, people will already think it's popular because it will have people cheering in the background.
Yeah, which is
crazy.
What I feel like is every Steve Colbert's set.
It's a laugh track, right, bro?
There's not really an audience back there.
It's a laugh
he
track,
probably
right?
hasn't been selling tickets for however long. But I mean, if there are people, the whole audience, sometimes they point the camera back to the audience, I think. But so I'm not a fan. I don't watch the show that much. I know they used to a couple times.
It's very controlled. Like if you try to get in there, bro, I think they check your social feeds out and make sure that you are gonna like the thing and stuff like that.
Like I think it was the DNC. Did you see did end up in locals by you at all? I know I didn't end up posting it. Asmund Gold was covering the bit where Destiny got denied out of because
inside baseball on the show, but I was
apparently because he wasn't far enough left like socialist, so they only they let in Hassan.
Like Hassan,
Yeah.
may have said,
Yeah.
he would have tried to push on Hassan too far.
And they were trying to say it was like Hassan doing the blowing. He was like blowing the phone up with all those texts and whatnot. Yeah.
More inside
Freaking
baseball
out.
on the middle-aged online political culture. But this one guy, he didn't get accepted, or he didn't get allowed in, and he's wacko, ridiculous, and a disgusting human. And they kicked him out because he wasn't extremely interested.
That almost sounds a little cult-like.
Yeah, very.
Huh.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an RNC, anything would be like, come on in, we're gonna slowly convince you over having
Scientologists. Yeah, so the Scientologists would be having a what? I thought they always try to bring somebody in, but they're always trying to lure a new sucker. I thought it was Scientologists too. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That is more. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That must be the. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was thinking of the Mormons. Yeah, probably for sure. Latter Day say. Yeah.
I don't want to yell at you, but please go away. So far, the Mormons I have talked to.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I gotta remember to unmute myself because I'm trying to remind myself to mute myself when Dan talks, so then I forget to unmute myself.
I mean, just like everything, there's never 100% good ones because the CEO or whatever that guy's title is to the Bricks and Minifigs, he's Mormon.
Right,
and those cops that are like covering for him and whatnot.
No matter what it is, there's always bad ones. Yeah. I was just saying that, like, the Mormons I have talked to have been really smart, fun, nice people and stuff like that. I imagine this one from Dan is a bit of a comedic relief. Let's check out what Dan got posted in here this week.
Yeah, it sure is. Definitely gotta make sure.
If you're just listening, it says, when I feel down, I just remember that Joe Biden, or what Joe Biden once said, like it's going to be inspirational, man. Like I'm feeling down. I'm going to listen to a Joe Biden speech to really lift me up here, man.
And Joan Shanghai.
Is it looping? I can't tell.
It just started to wear.
That was a good one, right?
I think that was a couple of them mushed together. I don't think he made a whole line that long, but dear Lord, if he really did have a liner that long, and it was that was not.
I think those ones were mashups, but I swear to God, he's had a long one like that.
Oh, he definitely had some pretty decent long ones.
The
it was
debate
like
was probably the worst, right?
Whole sentence of mumble.
The debate was probably the worst because that was when he said the sentence was a mumble, and Trump's like, I don't actually know what he just said, but anyway.
I forgot about that.
Like straight over the speed. Right? I've got no idea what he just said, but anyway, I'll keep pushing my point.
the look when he started like fumbling his words, Trump does the look over like, this dude's serious? He really doing this right now? Hi. Yeah,
bro, that was epic, dog. That was epic.
Yeah, that was a whole.
And then it wasn't like news worth it on our show, I feel, but Jill was in the news, and it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, but she was on some show getting interviewed, and she was like, yeah, I thought he had a stroke. Jiminy Christmas. Bruh, it's so gross because I remember, like I was there, bro, right after it, she took him over to an after party for the debate, and she was like, Joe, you did so good. You said all the words. He's like, yeah, all right, yeah. It was like, bruh, this is like elder abuse, man. Like we was all saying elder abuse back then, right? the middle right is not a murderous, crazy extremist like the lefties. And we were just like, the dude needs to get put in the home, guys. Okay, I hate him. He's an alleged creep with the kids. His daughter wrote in her diary about taking showers with dad until she was like 18. But I don't want to harm the guy. Maybe he needs to go to jail for like treason, dealing with China and the Ukraine thing, where he kind of leveraged the American taxpayer money that we were going to fund them with to get a prosecutor removed that was looking into his son Hunter Biden doing illegal activities.
Man, did anything happen about that?
we don't want to harm him. He either needs to go to like old people jail or old folks home. It's time to just send him out to pasture, bro. He gone, dog. He gone. That's all we ever said.
Yeah, and we don't gotta string him up or nothing. We don't gotta be mean to the old guy. He's just too senile. I think he just literally was the I mean, most people, like, he was definitely the puppet. That's why he
was like the epitome. We've been calling them puppets for a long time, and that was just
more than likely the election was stolen, because they seen that was the only way they were going to try to make their moves that they could to ultimately, because they were trying to do what we were trying to defend in this last election. They just weren't. Luckily, we were able to fight back enough, and things with COVID and everything was too wacky for them to do full lockdown. And if everybody would have just like obeyed super easy with that COVID thing, they would have done phase 2, which is what they were trying to have to do with Kamala, since it never got there. But they definitely.
I genuinely think that Clinton was supposed to get elected, and then they were going to like have her go 2 terms,
which is why all the auto signatures were verified.
Right. Well, and then that stuff was supposed to happen when she was in power control or something. I forget the theory that I was following, but also they said that the COVID thing had been being planned and was going to be utilized, but it was supposed to be later. And then Trump get elected, and so they fast forwarded it, and that's why it was clunky. And like we could catch on and kind of follow all the breadcrumb trails, is because they had to like panic drop it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know if it's just somebody coming up with that idea later, but it's pretty close to what I would look at it as, pretty on point in general. Speaking of deep state candidates, you remember the deep state operative Osama bin Laden?
Sure.
Wait, no, Bin Laden. Right, yeah. Bin Laden was the joke. Osama bin Laden, bro.
Somebody trim that guy's mustache.
Bro, can you imagine if we just had Trump back in baby Bush time? Instead of Osama bin Laden, it would have been like, going from the earth, just like the Ayatollah 1, 2, 3, and 4. I got rid of Ayatollah 1 in the first term. Second term, I took out 3, maybe 4 more Ayatollahs. I've got 5. Michael Jordan's got rings, but bitch, I got Ayatollahs.
I got Ayatollahs. People got trophies.
If I got a ring for every Ayatollah I took out, boy, I'd be blinging, they say, right? Isn't that what the people say? Do they say that anymore?
Bling.
And then I'd do the Trump dance with the rings on. I'd be like,
Oh man, somebody ask AI to make one of that. That would be dope.
Yeah, somebody get us a link. Woken saying you got Grok, right? So anyway, do you remember that theory that Osama wasn't actually taken out?
Oh, right. Oh, there's going to be a lot of that this week's episode.
Which is essentially
people supposed to be taken out.
Nah. Dude, that's like a lot of people. We think, Epstein wasn't actually taken out. We know that Hitler wasn't actually taken out.
Yeah.
That's pretty factual at this point, I believe. That was like totally like unredacted. I don't know if it was unredacted release, but there's a lot of stories that seem to speculatively prove that was all a true story down in Argentina.
From our government, it wasn't from us. It was from the leader of Argentina, whatnot.
Well, Javier Milei said he was going to try and get them released from Argentina, but has not yet. So everything we know is like before we got the official shit from Javier Milei. I believe it's Javier Milei over there. And then the other one is like
I think so.
Baloo Bukele, the dude over in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Speaking of foreign countries, you see Spain won, huh?
Oh,
They beat Argentina.
No, they did end up beating Argentina.
Yep,
I seen
Spain
they
ended up
were up.
winning.
I didn't hear the end result.
So if you
Cool.
don't remember the Osama theory of him not actually being taken out here, let me tell you another story. Never forget, this poster says, never forget President Trump retweeted. Oh yeah, this was like a big conspiracy theory guy that posts all the time. So this one's like heavy salt of conspiracy theory, right? One day Trump retweeted this Iran/Clinton Obama story before getting banned from Twitter. So this was right before the great censoring, okay? Iran harbored known CIA asset Osama bin Laden with the knowledge of top USA officials, including Hillary Clinton, via a secret deal. Because wasn't she like Secretary of State at this time? Like during the Osama stuff? I don't know if she got there yet, but
Yeah, I don't know if she was there yet.
she was Secretary of State for a while. That was the one I remember, right?
I mean, she was a senator for a while.
So yeah,
And
before
was it Secretary of State after that?
that was one of her cabinet positions or like higher up political positions. I do remember. So Iran blackmailed the Obama administration, allegedly threatening to expose the fake murdering of Osama bin Laden unless the Obama administration paid, you guessed it, $152 billion. So we all know about the money Obama gave them, right? Perhaps we all don't know about the blackmail Iran allegedly was trying to pull in order to get that payment, because we all think there's no way Obama's that stupid that he would just give them all this money, right? Like he don't know they're going to just fund the Ayatollah, terrorism, yada, 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 right? You know, like we're not a big fan of Obama, but that might not be great for his business of, you know, deep state America control type, you know, but it happened.
He did do good stuff with jobs. He was trying to do some good stuff with blue collar jobs and whatnot.
Mr. Obama?
Yeah, Micro was talking about that a little bit.
Interesting.
Other
So,
garbage.
yeah, right. The healthcare thing was definitely garbage.
Yeah, that was a fugazi.
Allegedly, there is audio evidence that confirms $2 billion in cash was funneled back to the USA politicians to keep them quiet. So give out $152 billion to keep Iran quiet, and then have them go ahead and funnel $2 billion of that back into the political establishment to keep them quiet. Seems like a normal payoff scheme, you know?
Yeah.
We'll hold off, taking out Osama until the time is right to use him as a trophy. A congressman admitted on tape, revealing bin Laden's survival was a political pawn used to get Barack Obama elected for a second term. SEAL Team 6, aware that they murdered a decoy double, became a liability for Hillary Clinton and Obama administration. The helicopter of SEAL Team 6 was shot down months later, taking out 38 of our military men. I didn't know that. That seems like a Clinton job. A helicopter goes down.
Man, yeah.
No rescue was called. The administration left them to die.
There's got to be a movie about this one.
You right, bro? Documents also tie the Clinton and John McCain foundations to Middle Eastern terrorism, implicating a web of corruption funding terrorists to start proxy wars. Well, we all knew about that. We all hated the forever wars. That's what Trump was literally, campaigning on, right? We're all sick of we go over there, stir some crap up to create a big old proxy war type thing, right? The deep state buried this truth. CBS News even blocked a 2020 story to protect Obama. The American people deserve the truth about the heroes left to die, betrayed, the elites who profited. Treason doesn't pay well in the end. And here allegedly is this CIA whistleblower, bro, talking about it.
didn't kill Osama bin Laden.
With Iran protecting bin Laden. And I have to say, I just heard the audio clip this morning of a
Okay, that's not the whistleblower. He's reporting on it.
congressman, he will be named, I won't name his name right now, who is not a good guy, who is on these audio tapes with Allen talking about, well, let's hold off killing Osama bin Laden until the time is right so we can use him as a trophy. The word trophy wasn't used.
You heard a congressman say that.
I don't know. Could have been out of context. Maybe they were talking about something different, but I've heard many, many stories of this around the tinfoil internet, for years. Anybody else in the live chat remember this one? I most certainly remember. I remember the theory of him, being just taken in, and then they, got rid of a double. Or maybe it was nothing because they just did it at sea. Remember how that was all kind of like a big, nothing burger for everybody because we were waiting for him to, bring him back home and make more of us, see him, and now he's done. We're good now with the bad guy terrorist, And it was like, it just happened at sea. They captured him and then threw him overboard.
International law, international waters.
I guess that makes sense, right? But interesting that they pick and choose which ones to do that with, right?
Not right.
When it benefits them, But I don't know. I was curious what the chat thought, what Dan thought on that one. I thought that was an interesting reminder of that old theory.
Research.
And I didn't know there was a whistleblower that said that, so potentially more substantial?
Yeah, basically like Black Hawk Down, except Afghan.
Yeah,
version.
Right. That was Afghan.
No, Black Hawk Down was Somalia.
Oh, yeah, Somalia.
African.
But Iraq version.
I'm just this.
Yeah, close enough.
This was the Afghanistan. It happened in Afghanistan.
The Osama thing?
Where the SEAL Team 6 got shot down and lost the 38.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That one happened over there. Interesting.
Yeah.
But that was the team that got Osama, allegedly, eh?
It was August 6th, September, 2011. The shoot down of a U.S. helicopter in Afghanistan. The call sign was extortion 17. I don't know if that's the helicopter call sign or what. The Taliban insurgent fired a rocket-propelled grenade that struck the Chinook helicopter, causing it to crash. That tragedy, crash in the Tengi Valley of Wardak province. The tragedy killed all 38 occupants aboard. I thought the Chinook was the smaller helicopter. That must have been the big old one carrying 38. They're all on one. Dang.
Interesting.
It was 15 U.S. Navy SEALs from the Elite Gold Squadron.
Dang, it was all the high ups too, huh? Because it said 36 total?
38.
Dang.
Yeah, it was 15 of these SEALs. They, while this unit had famously conducted the raid on bin Laden 3 months prior, none of the fallen SEALs were on that specific Abbottabad mission. 17 other U.S. Special Operations personnel, air crew, and support troops, 7 Afghan National Army commandos, and 1 Afghan interpreter, and 1 U.S. military working dog. R.I.P. May they all rest in peace. That was just, that's a reason to wipe out all the terrorist organizations right there.
Next up for you. We did get a good one out of a federal judge this week. More wins, folks. More positivity. Make sure to share this stuff out, bro. People got to see this in their feed too. Rage bait is not the only way. You got to come up with excitement bait or something. Happy bait,
I got funny bait. That's it.
Funny bait, right?
We got to make funny bait stuff and then trick them into looking at the the information here, because we got a good win.
Good honeypot.
Yes, we need to good honeypot them, just like I have good clickbaits. So a federal judge just delivered Trump a major win against universal mail-in ballots. A D.C. Circuit Court is allowing USPS to allow serial number barcoded voting lists before ballots are mailed into the masses. This is a big win for election integrity. No more mass mail-in ballots, which allows for illegal ballot harvesting. Now the Senate just needs to pass that damn SAVE Act.
Yeah, because have you heard in California they're trying to prosecute the people that are dropping these bad ballots, but the thing is, how they have it out there is once the ballots run, it totally loses any identifying factor that you'd be able to trace it to anywhere.
Yeah, isn't that brain dead?
Yeah.
Isn't that like,
it's more,
if you were like, tell me how to make this useless and how to break it, that's what you would do.
It's not brain dead. It's very good to be able to manipulate the numbers if you wanted to or felt needed to, because you're a communist and you want to sway elections illegally instead of having the people just go about it.
Because you're
30.
Which just goes with the whole, like, they have definitely a card of personality traits and characteristics that are generally hit with most all people in the party. That's why they all align with each other and stuff. And one of those things is they speak the big game on they want equality for everybody and be the we helping the people in need. I'm a good person because I help less fortunate. So right off the bat, I mean, you have the nostalgia of you're more fortunate, not just helping people in need and helping out the less fortunate. All right, well, now see, I mean, maybe true in the brass facts of the situation, but also success is seen in many different ways. So they have a very selfish personality that is shielded and made to, like, they do things to make it seem like basically make themselves believe that they actually aren't as selfish as they are. But
yeah, I feel that, bro. That's for sure.
When you look at the core motivator of said thing they do, it's for selfish gain, ironically. And they don't see, either they can't see it because they're that blinded by it in their own self-lust, or they just literally...
that's the narcissism. They're wrapped up in the narcissism too thing, or what you're saying, yeah.
They just, like, a lot of people wonder what life is and how it works, and they're just like, that's just how it goes. Yep, that's just how we do it. Maybe, I mean, some people, obviously, we got parents and we're taught to live, we learn how to live life a certain way, and, well, that's what they are. They're
very true.
They have living life a certain way, which is paint, you're taking care of people.
Some might say a wrong way.
Paint, you're taking care of people, but you only would take care of those people if, you're taken care of first, per se. Not as long as we're all taken care of at the end of the day equally. You have to be done first just in case something happens. And then, you can't serve from a glass empty. Your glass can't be empty if you're
right.
Or your glass half. You have to take care of yourself too, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, 100%, bro.
They're
100%.
Only to a point.
And you can't fill someone else's glass if USAID hasn't paid the NGO, that hasn't paid the nonprofit also. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's amazing how many of these different things have dried up and everybody's closing their doors. Very
interesting, man. Oh, by the way, the riot season went away.
Oh, is it already? It's still warm out.
We haven't gotten one giant riot this year, bro. What's different?
Oh, the whole year, right? Oh, wow.
So what's different?
Oh, man.
USAID is gone.
Yeah. Well, and they know actual possible,
I mean, they'd still probably pop off
things
into
for their
zones, though,
actions
you
would,
know, like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
it's a
wonder
little
how-
bit more law and order now, right?
I
Like,
wonder how Oregon and Washington have been in this.
we ain't heard none. We ain't covered no big one or something.
Is that good or bad?
Well, there was a big one today, and I try not to cover just like, the news broke here, like I like an end of a story for the show. But in New York City, there was a incendiary bomb that was fully ignited, and it harmed people, but did not kill anybody, I believe, as of the last I heard. But the dude's probably going to go to jail for life. One would hope.
Man.
Set off a giant bomb in freaking like the middle of New York City or something, bro. So that happened today. But
Wow, that's
the Summer of Love,
going to be a big one.
the peaceful or mostly peaceful rioties didn't happen this year. Very interesting. So another big thing that happened this week, like I mentioned in the opener, is Donald Trump came out and addressed the nation on Thursday night, my birthday. It was a fantastic birthday present, in my humble opinion. He made a special news announcement just for me, and that announcement was, it's 100% fact that the Chinese have meddled in our elections.
Whoa,
Or maybe at least they knew about them, okay? Because they
made backdoor entries into their. Aren't the machines Chinese built? The Dominion.
Oh,
machine?
bro, like everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, what a
And they
surprise.
may have also been colluding with Venezuela and providing the hardware, where Venezuela was providing the software, and then created an entire system that was designed to have a backdoor for tampering the entire time.
Yep.
Now, in more news, hopefully will trickle out from the official Trump, DOJ kind of administration kind of thing. But at minimum, he officially said that China was tampering or something involved in like getting all of our data. Another crazy thing about China getting our voting data, I believe they had all the data for 18 states at minimum, right? Do you know what else that tells them, bro? Especially if it's the 18 important states. There's a lot of states where it's kind of like, well, they're smaller.
Yeah.
Do you know what else it tells China? Something that you would only think of? What are you usually thinking like? You're usually thinking kind of tactical. So what information would China get from our voting records where military bases are, where people are stationed? Because they would get military votes. They would see that they were marked coming from a certain place. And hypothetically, potentially could filter and figure out where like some bases are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there's more data in there than we would just think. Like, oh, they got our voting data. What about it?
Hopefully none of our military bases have Roombas.
You're right, bro.
Or Roombas, maybe. The knockoff Chinese vacuums. No, it's been shown they have the back door.
Bro, I'm always
they're
like,
mapping out
How
where
can
they're
you
going.
seriously say that like a military base is being hidden if everybody got the iPhone? Like, come on now.
I mean, what was it? Is it? I think it's Batman Begins, the one with Christian Bale. And that's I think it's the first one of the series. The dude goes in. He actually is in Hong Kong, and I think it was Hong Kong. He's in China somewhere, and
there's other places.
He goes in there, and they're like, no phones, this and that, and more probably not to the extent of what they did with it, their phone, because they're Wayne Industries, super high tech over everybody in the current time of the movie and whatnot. But yeah, they like just thinking the possibility of that dude having the phone with him because it radar mapped out the entire facility. Like, yep, that's something the 21st century we gotta be aware of and try
like
to
as a spy device. Like he dropped it,
yeah.
and then that thing like grabbed the network, and there were a lot of hacker movies growing up, bro. That fell out of vogue. We don't get a lot of hacker movies no more, man. Which is interesting. But
one of the last
hacker movies, you were like, what, you can do what? Like,
yeah. The first, I think, big successful one in like kind of more our time in the millennials' time would have been the Live Free or Die Hard. Not the first, but the last one with the fire sale.
You know
which
remember that one?
I forget if
you're saying the Die Hard series.
Yeah, it was one of the not the last, like, because I think they ended up having 2 more after that. Bruce Willis's old butt.
They had some string 'em alongers, yeah. My favorite was the bad guy gave them a riddle puzzle where it was like 2 jugs of water, and it was like one was like 2 ounces and the other one was 5 ounces, and he's like, you need to pour 4 ounces into this weight thing to stop the bomb so it doesn't blow the people up. So it's like, how do you get it to be exactly 4 ounces with only a 2-ounce jug and a 5-ounce jug? And it's like, pour one into the other and then pour on something, and like you can get it to be like 4. I forget how it went.
Right math numbers.
Right. But anyway, while he looks that up.
Yeah. It's just called Live Free or Die Hard 2007.
Totally.
One. Yeah.
So on the tail of Trump coming out and making an official president of the U.S./world announcement that China is something tampering with elections, okay? Do you remember this clip of Hillary Clinton? Because I don't know. I'd seen this one before.
The only other adversary of ours who's anywhere near as good as the Russians is China. So why should Russia have all the fun? And since Russia is clearly backing Republicans.
I cannot believe this woman just says this playing out on television, and like we all don't lose our ish, bro.
Why don't we ask China to back us?
I hereby tonight ask China.
That's right. And not only that, China, if you're listening, why don't you get Trump's tax returns? I'm sure our media would richly reward you.
I'm sure our media would richly reward you after saying, why don't you hack into our United States government to get this one man's tax returns? What?
Did the people did they find, I can't remember, did they find the people who leaked the tax info for Trump? And
he was found, and guess where he went? Straight to jail.
I feel like they should ask him some more questions if they haven't, or looked into some of his possible data trails of the past.
Any other cohorts or something.
So it sounds like he's espionaging because he's helping the Chinese.
Well, she called out on the Chinese, but perhaps just a radical leftist that happened to be working in the government took it on, right? Just kind of like the Charlie Kirk thing. Won't somebody get rid of this really annoying person?
What she was,
and then somebody does.
What was meant by what she said was, hey, we can't pay you directly here if you want to do something, but if you want to reach out this group over here where we have people that, so it's us. We're just now we have a Chinese guy as the buffer middleman, and he's gonna pay you this money, not us, but he's gonna pay you money to do this over here.
That's like
and
giant definition of middleman, right?
Yeah. So then we have no ties back to us as the as Hillary and all them, because it's out of the nation, international crap at that point. And the law changed a little bit, and it's hard to then obviously prove that because they probably don't text. They, as we know, they're basically in bed with China because they're always over there talking with them, having meetings with them, whatnot. non.
Literally shifting all of their investments over there, which on paper makes sense because we gave away all of our over there. So of course you would, it makes money sense. Invest in, a growing economy. But then at the same time, it's saying screw you to America and jump in this shit.
Yeah.
That you poked holes in, create thinking like.
Yeah.
So it's disgusting.
You're basically sending the food for your family's mouth just elsewhere and then not replacing it with anything. Just choosing to starve a bit.
Bro, it's so true, dude. And then kind of on a similar, tangent here of talking about, some high level, espionage kind of stuff, right?
Tangent.
So I was recommending we use this one to help share to other people that are confused about what the word deep state means. Like, what does that mean? If you got a friend, a family member, just someone you're talking to, a coworker, you can pull up all these things we talked about on the show tonight in the description box down below. It's a receipts link there, and that'll take you right over to the website, and it'll have all of the posts that we're talking about. And so this would be a good one to use when you need to explain to somebody what deep state means. So this one here is talking about how President Trump has immediately ordered DNI and DOJ to explore criminal charges after it was confirmed CIA and deep state officials withheld crucial information that China meddled in our elections. And I believe they removed 2 people. Yeah, they were concealing it. So Trump's quote, well, I guess we can just let him rip it. Here we go.
Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA.
So long story short, right? He's literally saying that people in the United States government were withholding the flipping information that they were tampering with us. Like, bro, that's like ridiculous.
Sounds like should be a bigger issue than it is. Man, we should do a little searching into if there's any Chinese staying in Italy for some reason too. Isn't that where
they're all over
the hash that got sent out and then came back from the?
Not sure about that one.
You were talking about it, like you know what I'm talking about. the Dominion machines sent like and the hash came back different.
Yeah, not drugs. The file hash. Bet.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe it went over to a server in Italy from America during the election. There was a zip file of electronic ballots that allegedly, the story goes, they went over to an Italian server and then back here to American shore.
Yeah. So hopefully there ain't any dirty connections between Italy and China that
I immediately
got to look into, because we're supposed to be friends with Italy.
I immediately said, it must have been that server that's in the Vatican. That's what I assumed.
I mean,
they're team deep
Rome.
state,
That's
right?
Rome, though.
Yeah, but we're in Italy.
Huh?
But that's in Italy.
Yeah, but it's technically its own.
Right. So I was just saying, like, the story said Italy, and I was like, yeah, the Vatican is over there. I went straight to like, yeah, Vatican's in on it, bruh.
True, man. We're gonna have to give up spaghetti. And
nah, bro, we just make American spaghetti, dog.
Wait, is it?
We invented pizza, so we're good there.
We still get to have croissants because that's French. I'm all right with that. They just got pasta and stuff that makes you fat. Yeah, man. Yeah. Knew there's something wrong with them.
So,
if we
something wrong with those folk.
There's something wrong when it's a little bit too much water in the noodles. Just call me crazy. So if you already didn't think that the mugshot has really backfired for the Democrats,
which mugshot? Trump's?
The Trump mugshot, right? If we already didn't know how much it backfired for him, right? It might be backfiring.
We'll make America great again. We will make America great again.
Okay, sorry, 10 o'clock. We will backfire it even more, folks, because I would like to introduce you to the brand new commemorative dollar gold coin.
Oh,
and you guessed it. It's practically my mugshot.
What happened to NFTs, man?
Yeah, bro, those are so like, they're a thing, but nobody gives a ish, right?
That probably, if nobody's done NFT with the mugshot, that would be. Could somebody make an NFT without like having Trump involved?
Yeah, 100%.
Like connect? Yeah, okay.
NFT just means you are making a non-fungible token. That's all NFT means. So you're taking a thing like an image, a file, a something, and being like, this is a thing. It has a number now.
Is there copyright type stuff in that too?
I would imagine anything, but because it's crypto, it's like, yo, come at me, bro.
That's what I'm wondering. I feel like he would have copyrighted like his picture to that. So if you were to use it in an NFT, like he'd at least have to get a royalty of some sort.
I would have did that. Like the Trump name is TM'd, right? But actually, now that I'm older and I'm onto my presidential phase, Dan, I'm less worried about the money, and I just really want the message to spread out there.
True.
But bro, it's basically like the mugshot meme. It's a little bit different, right?
I feel it's a lot more like it is just stern. I'm on business. Look,
I don't like that one. Redo it. There needs to be more hairlines in the coin image. It needs to be very clear that it's not just a bunch of mush of hair. That it's very. It's full of strands of hair up there.
Not a comb over, okay? It's not.
Full strands up there. Full strands. He did stop the balding though, bro, because everywhere else he got hair. It's just like somehow there's like a wave, like a mush wave of hair. What's it look like when you tune up my hair?
It looks mushy.
It's like you can't pick out that there's hair. It's just like a mush.
That's yeah, it definitely looks like he fell through a tree or something.
Donald Trump, I fell out of a tree, but that's cool. I got a really sweet hairdo out of it. Oh my gosh. I said something again last week that almost made my aunt burst out at her work desk. Oh, by the way, that message I sent you, she was at work during that.
Wow.
Where she spit her water out. Almost went all over the work computer, yada, yada, yada.
Oops.
Bro, hilarious. So I did say something.
She'd know a tech guy.
I had a good one last episode, like one banger out of the episode or something, and I brought her. I was like, "Oh, what'd you think about that?" She goes like, "Oh my god, you got to stop doing this, bro! Like, I almost like spit my water out again." I was like, "Nope, not 2 weeks in a row." I was like, "Yeah, dude, 2 weeks in a row, your coworker's gonna be like, so what's wrong? Like, what's with you on Mondays? At like, every Monday you're like over there in your cubicle thing, and all of a sudden you just start dying. Like, what do you do on Mondays?
The cleaning crew says it's always like there's like you're spilling your water bottle or something. There's always a bunch of water everywhere, just over there like a fish.
It's not pee. I accidentally spit the water out.
I don't even know how to like make the. I'm drawing a total blank, guess, because I really didn't do it as a kid much. Yeah, in the pool, you grab the water, you like basically spray it. Like
oh yeah, the old dolphin fountain.
Yeah, she's just in there doing that.
You're right.
Every hour.
Time.
Just water going everywhere.
I will most certainly be trying to acquire a Trump coin. Whoever finds me a Donald Trump dollar Trump dollar coin first wins the biggest high five, slap, and a hug. If you get it before I do, because I'm gonna need me a couple of these, bruh. Like I'm gonna need me like 15, because I'm gonna hand them out to homies. Now I'm gonna need to get a stack, bro. I'm gonna need to get like a 50 of these, bro. I'm just gonna be handing these out to homies. I'm like, bro, did you get a gold Trump coin yet? No, what? I'm gonna be like, yeah, dog, hold up, bruh. And bro, I'm gonna give one to the nephew. I'm gonna give one to the niece. One's getting put in a little glass freaking plaque that's gonna go on the back trinket wall.
You might as well hang one from your mirror. On the car.
Oh, yes.
I don't know where.
I'm hanging it from the mirror.
Here, but if you go onto the west side of town, you might have to take it down.
Yes, I'm totally hanging it from the mirror. That'd be fantastic. But also, I do believe they are making some fresh $100 bills. We are getting a line of fresh hundos, which you guessed it. That means they're signed by the current president and United States Treasury officer. So we're going to get new fresh $100 bills with the Donald Trump on it.
That's tickling him pink.
And the Scott Bessent. I'm also a huge Scott Bessent fan. So, bro, it's like getting $100 bill with my two favorite guys in the government right now, signatured, man.
He's good. He needs to figure how to, like, shoot. Asmongold does it really well. Like when you have a situation and other people can't quite picture or imagine the situation,
like analogies or something,
because it's not a situation they've ever been. It's a foreign thing they never experienced. So
the best one, he brings up a video game analogy, and I'm like, dude, that is 100% how you should explain it to a regular person. Like, I got what he was talking about, but then he's like, if you don't, hold on, let me explain it in like WoW.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I wasn't even a WoW fan, but I get the ideas. Like
most people watching him still are, started because of the WoW thing. So
right. But he is good with the analogies to help break through to the common folk, right?
Yeah, if Scott Bessent could be better with that, then he'd definitely be killer when he goes up and has to do interviews and speak and stuff. I have one question about
was it 2 weeks ago when you were here? We did have one where I was like, man, he's got to learn how to deliver these better.
That was the main one I was thinking back to, pretty much. But I have one question on the gold coin. Where did the gold come from that they're making them from? Is it Fort Knox? Whatever happened to that?
I allegedly heard that Scott Bessent 100% confirmed the gold is there. They just said, yeah, gold's there.
Well,
they can't just like give us a walking tour and show everybody the facility and the security and the something. But I did hear also this week some clip where he was like, well, yeah, the gold's there. We checked it. It's all good.
He can't like do a snap story, just like take a quick like midday,
Nah, dude, I wanna need a vlog,
midday
bro.
shenanigans filter. You know, there's just
Midday
a room
shenanigans.
stacked of gold
Red
bricks.
Fort Dogs.
It's only like trillions of dollars worth of gold in here. Don't mind me. Just a regular afternoon.
Can I get a selfie of the gold,
I feel
sir?
like his phone should be like monitored enough to where he can't be tracked, to where he.
Well, we know
he
where Fort
takes-
Knox is, right?
Right. Another reason. Yeah. See, it's not like the Chinese couldn't figure out where Fort
Right.
Knox. They don't have to do a spy balloon. They just search Google just like any other person would.
If not for, I believe the deep state's been in control for too long and they like sold out all of our gold and it's not actually there. If not that, it would be the dumbest thing possible for everybody in the entire world to know where all of your gold reserves are.
Or maybe the whole like because nobody noticed. Maybe that's exactly part of the plan. That's the first soft, because they got a soft play. They can't just dump it all out. That would break too many people's brains. Aliens are real. They said that. What's always been the conspiracy? Well, I mean, have we talked on the show? Yeah, there
Like
have to be some
Anunnaki?
OG listeners. Yeah, the Anunnaki.
Yeah, it was
thing.
early on when we were talking more
So
Anunnaki
what
kind of
if
stuff.
They are warming that up because they're just going to be like spilling those beans eventually. Be like, hey, so look, yeah, the gold's cool, but hey, so y'all have watched the movies, right? So we're just not gonna deal with this because obviously we like dollars and gold's stupid. So we're just gonna let them, and we just have way too much on the planet. It's actually weighing us down, and we need to be a lighter planet for whatever reason. Just, you're totally just gonna believe this, because we're saying it because we're big government people. So we had to ship the gold off with the aliens. They weren't totally, forcing us to harvest it for all these years and whatnot. Yeah, just so they could take it back home, fix their planet. It's totally not going to be vaporized, totally going to still be gold over there, safe whenever we need it, totally wink, wink. And then, that's, we don't need gold, and aliens are real. And now I think we can hopefully be friends with these guys because we slaved for millennia just to get all the gold to save your planet, since we were just, worker bee thing formulated to harvest a planet, because everything.
What if it was way simpler?
What if it was just way simpler and Trump comes out and is like, all right, everybody, you were asking about the gold in Fort Knox. I don't know if you know about the Anunnaki story, but the Anunnaki, if you look that up, they came in, made a withdrawal, folks. There's no more gold. Moving on.
Fake news.
They made a withdrawal. That's it. Nothing more.
Fake news.
There was gold in there and now it's gone. They came and picked it up. They took it back home. It's not a big deal, folks. I even gave them one of the new Trump coins. They thought it was fantastic until they realized it wasn't entirely made out of gold. They were pretty let down. I agree. If it was up to me, they'd be made out of full gold, but the Anunnaki already made a withdrawal.
That'd be a thing to maybe try to look into. So are these coins full? They can't be solid gold.
I think it was just dollar coins.
Yeah, especially if they're dollar coins.
Yeah.
So, Buddy was saying earlier in the week, we were talking about, I forget what, because he did other coins in the past from his first presidency, I think. He had
Trump did?
Yeah.
Nice. I only got fake
think?
ones. Nah, I don't think so.
He was saying he
had to have had
he was
some
saying something about he had a
commemorative.
coin that was out before, but it's actually now worth less than when it got put out or something like that. Which probably
That's called inflation.
I want to know what how much gold and all that stuff is in it. How much like the penny those things really are. Because the gold coins used to be a gold coin.
Oh yeah,
they tested it by. Man,
coin used to be silver.
I bet the kids would have no idea if you stuck the gold coin in your mouth and went to go bend it. What the heck you're doing?
Went to what? The old
bend it. See if it's actually gold. If it's not, it wouldn't bend easy.
Those are the kind of things that make me a big proponent of paper or just digital money, because it's like, why would we use a money where every single time you need to make a transaction, you're like, hold on, let me disform it.
Yeah.
Like,
all of a sudden,
I put all that shit in my pocket, and they're just all poking me because they're all like bent in different ways.
all of a sudden,
like
the sickness outbreak happens.
ridiculous.
Money
By the way,
is
if you guys are
dirty.
not familiar with the Anunnaki story, definitely let us know, and we will shift into that gear whenever you feel like it. But moving on.
Yeah, that's probably a whole episode right there.
I said, oh snap, man! There is a fresh second podcast of Joe Rogan and JD Vance.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty awesome. Here's a highlight in their chat about voting fraud being extremely obvious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, I did the thing. Okay, I'll try and find it. Hold on. That video is for this one. We missed this amazing patriot Laden. Wait, what? No, that's not this one either. Wilkinsane. All the links didn't work. Damn, it got me thrice, bro. It got me thrice. Because I think that was supposed to be. Nah. What do you say? What do you say for 4? If it's once, twice, thrice, what's 4? Okay. I'll work on the other 2 links, but check this out. Charlie Kirk, breakthrough moments, lamestream media feeds you, or that lamestream media feeds don't show you. Charlie Kirk, mega super crazy amazing breakthrough with one of these hardcore liberal guys. The Sun student was actually the conservative.
Well, that's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son. You shouldn't say,
He said, I don't know why. Hold on. I hate how they mute it. And they don't give you a scrub bar.
I think your son is conservative.
I have no clue. I'll let him answer.
Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue. I'll let him answer that question.
That's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son. You shouldn't say, hold on a second.
I listen to him all the time.
But hold on, but then you just said you don't know.
I don't know where he went so bad. I mean, come on. It's like, oh, I don't know where he went wrong. I don't know how he went off the rail.
Would the smarter of the two like to chime in here? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I used to be at one point on my father's side, and upon doing my own research and seeing things firsthand, I've switched sides, and I've seen
facts, equal awareness, equal realization.
I took my blinders off and I decided to actually not just yell what I thought was right and listen to something else like that actually could maybe possibly also be a possibility of how it is other than just my idea. And then I start realizing things.
I've seen like the liberal tears that he has, like the way that he's complaining, and it's like
don't antagonize. You have to honor your parents. Don't antagonize them. Okay.
100%. So I do respect my father, and I love him.
And you should honor him, and you should also love your son and see where he's coming from.
But back to your point, though, we talk every day about politics to the point where it's divided us, and so for him to say that he does not know where I stand is.
So let me ask you. Why do you think your father is a liberal?
This is why I know he's a liberal, because he voted for Kamala Harris, and he didn't even know why.
Do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay,
is that a good answer?
Yes.
Now, maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So you guys have a generational divide. You look at government as being probably a force for good. He's grown up in a circumstance where he's seen government declare wars and do a lot of nonsense like the Iraq War. He's nodding his head. Trigger the financial crisis, accentuate income inequality. So what I'm just saying for you two, because a father-son divide is more important than politics, is really try to come down at what generational perspective do they have finally. Where do you get your news from?
You, baby.
Okay, sir, where do you get your news from?
I don't watch any kind of video media at all. I get it mostly by reading, and I go through a broad spectrum of different sources.
So here's what I'll just say in closing, guys, is that
People always do that. I'm like, where you get your notes? I read around and like all the outlets, which ones? Like the big.
Oh, yeah, CNN and MSNBC and
that never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force and, you know, that we shouldn't question our institutions. Now, your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever would. Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue.
I mean, straight up, bro. That's one of them, like, real talk type ass therapy, you know, videos of Charlie Kirk that, you know, mainstream people want people to see in the moment, bro.
I'm gonna stick behind the camera in a room. I ain't gonna do the in real life public person stuff because there's a trend that seems to happen. Martin Luther King.
I mean, that was just talking real stuff, bro.
Hey, Abe Lincoln, he was talking real stuff. People, man, you just get shot. They just try to kill you. When that's a good recollection of.
That's what they want us all to be scared of.
They're like, oh, these right wings are doing all the violence. Man, it goes back decades for the left side being violent to get what they want. Try to.
It's still 4th of July month. So
Yeah.
I thought this would be still slightly fun and pertinent as a comedic relief. But how did we miss this page? How did we miss this?
Go out and buy 250 Roman camels, took 2 ratchet straps, strapped them all together, and lightened them all at the same time to celebrate 250 years of America kicking ass and taking names.
Heck yeah, brother.
250 wicks, bro. This was not put together. How are you going to light all 250 wicks at the same time?
You can bet your sweet American ass I did. Woo!
Flamethrower. It better be a boring company, Flame. It doesn't have to be, but it'd be cool.
Good enough. This is going to go one or two ways. It's going to be badass or it's going to be awesome. That's the only 2 options. 60% chance this is going to work. There's a 100% chance it's going to be awesome.
It's in the street racing world, it's to warm up the lanes for the street before you lay your prep. For farmers, what this guy's doing, that's normally what you use to. You ever see farmers like burning the grass in the ditches and stuff like that? Or they burn certain parts of the field sometimes. Yeah, because it makes for actually way better growth because it puts that carbon in the ground after it burns away, and that carbon's left and gets washed into the soil with some rain and whatnot. Yeah. Yep.
There's a 100% chance it's gonna be awesome.
Just burn big bits of stuff.
Sometimes there's a band 250-year-old gym.
I'm dying, bro.
Here we go.
Bro, I'm jealous. Why did I not get 250 Roman camels to light those efforts off on the one time of the year you can get away with doing that ish and ain't nobody gonna get called on the cops?
Maybe. Not 100%.
Most likely, you know.
Probably not.
Definitely not at my friend's house I would have went to if I did acquire it. I've been like, hey, bro, you got a house out in the boonies, right? I'm coming over this year.
Yeah.
I always love how fireworks trail off, bro. It cracks me up.
It worked!
One more! One more! One more! One more!
If I go out and buy 200.
The slow death. We're not done. Still not done. I got one.
One more.
I found another.
One more. Okay, and then the repeat link was the wackos trying to stop Nick Shirley from just talking, bro. All he's doing is talking and investigating, right? And this is what this dude and the freaking cops that are there have to deal with, bro. This Looney Tunes lady. And now I think she's like faking things, but
It's out.
yeah.
Wow. That's called zero dignity.
And indecent exposure.
She's running. Look at this. This guy's yelling, leave her alone, black. They aren't touching her. This is absolute disgraceful, everybody.
Now they're trying to hate, but it just doesn't make sense. So she's going to get indecent exposure more than likely for that. Most people do in those circumstances. But we can just have a pride parade and dicks out walking down the street. It's not like kids can't not go to their windows in their apartment all the way, several stories up. And I mean, I guess several stories up, at least you can't see that much. But yeah,
Well, just,
so I mean, the people that bring their kids to that, geez.
Just last month during Pride Month, bro, they were at the New York fountain, one of the big city fountains.
Just an excuse to act
like a freaking child, bro. Like a ding dong nut job child, bro.
Killer word. There's many.
Yeah, right.
It can't be filed down to one.
Oh, bro. Apparently, I should have themed the show analogies because apparently I have another one. So we had a great analogy for bots on the internet and how they use them to sway people's opinion and create popular culture and groupthink. Then we had a great analogy for what the deep state is. The people that were working in the government that were literally hiding and obfuscating the Chinese interactions with our United States election system, okay? Those are people that were just hired in there and they're working. They're not term limited. They're not voted in. None of that jazz, right? Yep. Now, this analogy right here, this is a great analogy. Much like the bird that steals other nests, the Democrats were infiltrated like many other groups. And here's a reminder of how explicit it is. Democrats used to be reasonable, right? That's what we call a classical liberal now.
I mean, those were out of the two parties back in the day. If you figured you wanted to try to have an open conversation with somebody that might more hear your ideas, it would have been that side,
right? Because they were like the open-minded hippies, right? The liberals
would have been seen as
and the conservatives were like, "Shut up! You do it this way or get off my lawn," right? Yeah.
We do it this way. Pops, we always done it that way.
And very much, if you're not with us, you're against us. I would feel kind of, they're very more like, this is the only way, right?
Yeah, which is the non-open mind.
100%, right?
Any other thing than their way.
Anyway, it's more deep state examples, extreme commie, Democrat, rhinos, all the same, right? So, Republicans have some infiltration as well. But this was a really good liberal hive mind here. Entire organization got exposed. Where is it?
The Democratic Party is not really our friend. It isn't.
So why are the DSA such major players in the Democratic Party? This odd relationship can be understood with the cuckoo analogy. In nature, the cuckoo survives by trickery. It lays its egg in another bird's nest. The unsuspecting parents raise the imposter as their own until the cuckoo grows strong enough to push the true chicks out. DSA candidates run as Democrats in safe blue districts. They slip through low turnout primaries. And once inside, they use the Democratic label as camouflage while advancing an extremist anti-American agenda far beyond the party's mainstream.
I don't agree with the Democratic Party, but it's a great tool.
The Democratic is a tool that we use.
Once in office, DSA candidates take orders from DSA's internal enforcers and working groups. City halls and state houses start running as socialist machines controlled by the organization.
That's right. If you didn't know, I forgot what DSA was just now. Also, if you didn't know what that is, Democrat Socialist Association or something. That's what the sign said.
That's what I would have said.
of the Democratic Party and certainly not voters.
They have to have a connection with DSA's internal politics, and they have to be committed to the eventual goal of building a separate entity from the Democrats.
DSA are revolutionaries, and the Democrats are their first victims. And in city after city, DSA victories prove their plan works.
Is that Ma'am Dammy? That looks a lot like Ma'am Dammy.
I think that the model that we used in New York is 100% replicatable.
And just like the cuckoo, once the DSA grows strong, it pushes the true Democrats out, hollowing the party from within.
And that's literally what's happening, because how did we open the show? We opened the show with Bill Maher saying, I'd vote for JD Vance if these Democrats are just going to keep pushing communism. Yeah, I might have to vote JD Vance. That's voting MAGA.
Yeah.
And all he did was slam Trump for the last 8 years.
Yeah. He made the little side note on basically like the South Park, reference. If I'm going to choose between the better of, how he says something like choosing between the better of, both crap, something,
different than the two evils.
Yeah, I think that is what he said. Yeah, choose the lesser of two evils.
Right, that's the thing that everybody's always said, right? They're like,
Vance.
who are you voting for? And it's like, oh, like either of them. I guess I'm going to have to vote for the lesser of two evils, That's like a classic.
We're not here to make the Democrats a little bit better. We're here to actually enact socialism. And socialism is not just better capitalism. It's overthrowing the entire capitalist state.
And really talk.
Bro, tell me how you really feel. So man, we've got all of this now with somebody infiltrating this and leaking it, and it seems pretty blatant. I like the Spencer Pratt, though, man. He'd be mouthy lately. Socialism is sedition. And I think some of these people need to be investigated for seditious conspiracy for certain.
I'm glad he's still in it.
He's
still being active in it. Not
right.
I lost race, now I'm gonna disappear.
Yeah, no shoot, right?
This is actually where that work really counts.
Right, bro.
Putting in this work, this is what it is, as long as he wants to actually pursue this long term, this is like one of those 15 moves ahead.
I know, right, bro?
You now you have the spotlight, so take all of it and still ride it out while you got it. You're getting the publicity. And so all these people, depending on especially what happens with things, since he was actually mouthing it off and not hiding the shell. I don't want to ruffle the feathers saying, something that might not be true, but as he's at least, because could be wrong, more like if we're going to be able to prove it, because it's just there. It smells like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Sure. Moves
like a duck. It's smelling a lot like there's foul play. It just, if anything, why can't we just go redo? There's just too much unfunny business we got to redo.
All right, dude.
Redo the vote.
It's so big, and if you wait 4 years later, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you should just redo it to redo it and show people that sometimes we'll need to redo it, and then nothing changes.
Yeah.
All history is just history.
Yeah. The voting.
But you change it for the moral of the point or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, man, we gotta have something change here, because it's so easy to cheat for them. Whoever wants to do, they could just not. But and if their cheating really actually was just extra in case reassurance, or it was what swayed the election, that is that's the main question. What if because a lot of people, what if they did cheat, but even with their cheating, if we were able to actually track all the votes back perfectly, which we won't on these, but if we did, and we find out that the fraudulent votes were not without those, they still, it wouldn't have mattered, that candidate still would have won.
You were sure?
Well, we would be cool with that, because we'd at least have our transparency in what we've been asking for.
Right.
Just so we can know a little bit, have some faith of the election being secure and actually, is what it is, actual representation.
I'm just shocked that they didn't redo it because we redid the Al Gore one. And they were just hanging Chad.
That's the one I always think of. They recounted 2 different times, didn't they? It wasn't even just once. I felt like they went,
that's the only one I remember.
The recount didn't go that well, so we got to recount again.
Oh, that one? Yeah, no, it was a big deal. But yeah, the whole big deal was like there was a hanging Chad, which is like the hole you punch out in a voting thing. And that, that's the thing that threw it off or something. But then it was still all Bush. And he won. But I feel like that one was 100% manipulated because they did not want Al Gore in. I think he was a Bernie Sanders, bro. I don't think they were like, that dude's never going to be the president.
Yeah, was that the term of 9/11?
Ooh, right, bro.
That would have been.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're going to need our dummy in there, bro.
We can't
He's just going to sit there reading to preschoolers and look dumb when he gets the news.
Well,
it'll be perfect.
Also, like, if he didn't want to play, because the president didn't have to make,
or if he wasn't even brought in on it,
it didn't even have, like, we didn't have to invade Iraq and Afghanistan because of that.
Right.
Al Gore definitely could have probably been like, we're just gonna,
crack down here or something.
Secure our borders and
maybe he wouldn't have been pro-Patriot Act.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But we would have had climate change fixed, so it's all those voters' faults that we don't have climate change fixed.
And we would actually have a candidate in office that would take things super serial, guys. I'm super serial.
The other one I forgot. I thought it was like tiny, not worth throwing in here, bro. But now it all adds up to a big punch you in the face, like over and over again. Like, do you get my point?
Oh.
This week, John Fetterman was interviewed and literally said he might need to leave the Democrat Party. Because of like, this thing, I forget what it was exactly, but it was like, oh, this and that. I'm not with, and like things are getting real.
It sucks because having him that's basically was Republican the whole time on the Democrat side.
Sure. Just a logical thinking person.
Yeah, that was nice to have at least one in the Democratic Party.
Right.
We could know their. I mean, if he switches to Republican, I guess it doesn't matter that much because that's still a vote for us either way. On the side of voting on things in Congress,
Yeah, right. It's when it's logical, at least, right?
Yeah.
And I think this was the last thing I had for us. This one's like the, hey, we're not medical professionals. We're not financial professionals either, but Bitcoin is still on mega super viral sale. It's like 62K, dog.
Yeah.
It's going to, at minimum, double from here. At minimum, it goes back up to 120K, dog.
I was going to say it back up to what it was at a point.
Yeah, what was it? Wasn't it like 2? I forget what the last peak was. Hey, Google, what was the all-time high of Bitcoin currently?
I think it was 120 something. Or 130.
Bitcoin reached an high of $73,750.
What?
Where are we sitting?
Hey, Google. What was the historical all-time high for Bitcoin price? It was 100,000s.
Bitcoin's all-time high price.
Yeah, there we go.
It reached last year.
Yeah, so at minimum is going to double from here. Estimatedly,
that was only last year.
Yeah, right. Estimatedly, we're going to go to 700,000 range. So from here, bro, that's more than 7xing it.
From this,
10x would be 600K.
Right,
so that'd be 10x. That'd be over 10x.
Yeah, since we're under 100K, yeah.
Right? Because 11 would be 660. Okay. So it's going to like 11, 12x. And I looked at this chart last week, bro, when you were off for the night. And when you look at these years on this Plan B chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is actually into this year, next year, where if we don't go to the 750,000 range, it would break this model or start start pushing it.
Right.
But it's all the way to the next happening in like 2028, 29, where it would break the model. If we don't go up to 750K range, it would break the model. But we've got all the way to like 2028, 9.
Yeah.
So it's really possible that Bitcoin goes back up to $700,000, and it is $62,000 right now.
I have a feeling it's not a coincidence. Trump's last like year or two is going to be in when that possible.
Well, and we got the Clarity Act that they're trying to pass, which is a lot of crypto stuff. So I think Bitcoin's going to pop. Right now, it's being held back by institutional money. I think everybody's getting in right now in the big, and then it's going to be, especially when they pass like more rules, regulations on the American, system. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a medical professional, folks, but it seems a natural COVID jab death may be what happened to Lindsey Graham? Question mark.
I was wondering that too. I was like, wasn't he a big promoter of the jab?
Lindsey Graham.
He was the one that was like telling Trump about it, and then what the country guy was like, hold on, and called him out.
Yeah, he
right?
was on the table. Dude, I just pulled that up. John Rich. I just pulled that story up the other day. Yeah. Lindsey Graham received a cardiotoxic COVID-19 gene therapy injection before his sudden death from aortic dissection. What? I ain't never heard that one. Aortic. Duh. That's how you spell that word.
Aortic.
Aortic. Multiple autopsy studies have documented fatal aortic dissection following COVID-19 vaccination, finding spike protein embedded in severely damaged aortic tissue. I don't know how they got this information, but this is coming from a pretty credible source. It's our good friend, the Nick Holscher, MPH, who works for the Peter McCullough Foundation. These are all very highly, acclaimed people. So that's why I thought I'd show it to you. If you want to look into it more or follow Mr. Nicholas Holscher, you can grab the link from the receipts link in the description box down below. There has all the links of things that we talked about today, including this one, where he is claiming that medical examiners must test Lindsey Graham's heart and aortic tissue for spike protein, vaccine mRNA, and microscopic scarring to confirm whether the mRNA injections contributed to his death. That will never happen. But boy, do we wish it so. So was that like another potential thing? I don't know. I covered it last week as one of the potential conspiracy theories. People were saying Russia. People were saying Iran. Iran did put him on the hit list, I guess,
seems,
right before it.
I have a sus feeling there's somebody in the government that's for Russia or China or both, and they were close enough to scavenge some data and figure some things out, because it's really weirdly, well, also that's the other thing, we are not super sure. There was a lot of unclarity on like if he actually died in the States. A lot of people are saying he died once he got back, but a lot of people are saying he was dead before he even left Ukraine.
Whoa, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, didn't hear
because they
that.
found him at the crib, so that would have been like somebody put him back in there.
Right, well, that's apparently like an alleged story, because apparently people said like they either didn't see him come back, or they already had him in a casket flying back from Ukraine. Because
now we're getting a little bit throwing things around.
Well,
Interesting.
Which like could make sense. Because you heard about how the drone factory that he went and visited, that was blown up like immediately after he was there. So that's what the stories say. They say it was blown up after he was there. I mean, is that true? How do we know that?
What's the benefit of
because what
doing that and then bringing him back over here?
What could have happened is he was over there at the factory, and like I was saying, we had somebody dirty that was tracking him for the other side, and basically leaked info that he was going to be there at that time and gave it to Russia. And then possibly this is one of the possibles that could have happened if the death, isn't correct on how they're saying it, is he was there at that factory. It's supposed to be a big, thing for Ukraine, super big for helping their war effort. And then all of a sudden that place gets bombed with him there while he's there, so it blows the factory and him up. Now, because we are a world superpower and we always want to obviously we have plenty of mistakes. We try to not, they get out, but we try to not air, obviously. If you have mistakes that make you look weak, as a nation, those are things that's normally more military.
That'd be some high-level ass cover-uppy damn.
So we wouldn't want them to know that we got infiltrated and somebody infiltrated our government to find out where he was to then have him basically assassinated. Yeah.
Another deep stater just leaking it.
Where we lost a guy in a military operation due to espionage of spies in our government, which is either because they don't want the spy to then have any, they might be thinking it's me, obviously I got to make more moves to hide myself.
Cloud or a tip off.
Yeah, try to not let them know they might be on the trail. So sorry if I'm messing that up for you guys, but I think we're past that point. Being some days or a week since that's happened. So that was a idea or possibility. He might not
that
even
is
died.
Interesting. I didn't hear that. But that's why it would have been Russia or something too. Interesting.
Yeah. So
not they got to his house and they took him out there or something.
Well, the other thing was, if he didn't die there, and he actually did die at home, again infiltrated. They had somebody either that's
why you get into this. No, we can make up all kinds of crazy stories.
Ukraine person that would have been there for Ukraine's side, but was undercover to then poison him because he, the poison would have with
the COVID vaccine or like poison.
Poison.
Oh, right. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, got to. So there is also that as the idea of possibilities. I mean, obviously we wouldn't want that. It would make us look a little weaker, insecure in our national security, so we wouldn't want that.
I don't like looking bad. If I can avoid looking bad, I do that at all costs.
Yeah.
In fact, when some reporter brings up some shit that I was wrong about, I usually just call him a name and move on.
Yeah. Definitely. I guess do I steel man this one to this much of it? Trump started knowing he wasn't part maybe on his side fully, especially since that the country artist called him out on that time, and he maybe started getting some info. Was like,
I was done with Lindsey. He was getting annoyed.
This guy, do you know what scum is?
He made me look bad. He told me to talk about the COVID thing, and nobody liked it. I got booed. Can you believe that? I got booed.
There's one thing. I'm a nice guy, but I'll never let anything go. If you make me look stupid, I will never forget it.
I mean, I get down with that.
Some bit. I mean, hey, Kim Jong-un, them leaders at those certain leaders at certain positions, especially if they're not, big, just strong, confident man in general leader character, and you have little man syndrome or not too much confidence. Then,
I call him Little Rocket Man. I put a rocket in there so like it's kind of deprecating but kind of cool at the same time. He's not really sure what to think about it. Do you remember this, Dan? I walked into actually North Korea with no detail, and I asked him. I said to him, "Hey Kim Jong, what do you think about the Little Rocket Man nickname?" He said, It's really not that bad. He didn't think it was that bad, folks. He liked it. He liked it a lot.
It at least has Rocket Man in it for me. But yeah, so maybe Trump's one of those. I mean, you know, the left side sure would say for sure, oh, absolutely, he is one of them people. Because it's weird. A lot of those people, they don't really care about looking like weak, you know, like in the gym per se, you know, lifting weights. But if you make them look dumb, that always, they never like that. That's always a big it's then them personally how bad they take it, you know, as like a personal disrespect, basically embarrassing them and possibly in front of a national crowd or whatnot, you know. They don't take that lightly. They might flex some of their powers and positions because they might just be a little too butthurt.
Bro, speaking of being butthurt, I'm really butthurt about these stupid microphones, and I might finally cave and just get I'm so sick of this echoing bullshit, bro.
I mean, we always could just get like headsets, right? They do
That's
that.
got nothing to do with it. That's for if we were playing the audio so that it don't go to mic.
I was picturing their headsets as like they had the mic on too. I forget.
Sure.
And then
Right. That's just so you can like hear each other / play audio, and then the mic doesn't pick it up. I usually got these so tight that I can play that so we can hear it, but it doesn't go to the microphone. So that's been my workaround for headphones. I really don't want to wear headphones the whole time, bro. It's going to be earbud for sure. I don't know why nobody don't just do earbud. But it's because wired plugging in is a million times easier to deal with than can everybody connect their Bluetooths?
Also,
here's the in-ear Bluetooth that we share, and there's been, you know,
there's probably
30 guests.
Probably a little lag time too.
Perhaps, right?
Yeah.
Still got to get wired in or something like that.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple more. There's
the microphone I was keeping an eye on did go down $5. Now it's only $145. So if you are still watching, I thank you very much for you hanging around here. But you might want to loosen that pocketbook a little bit to help keep the microphones on around here. Taking any and all donations. You should be able to click that join button down below. You could also use Rumble Wallet. I think there's like a wallet icon. You can also tip us cryptocurrency through Rumble Wallet. We do accept Bitcoin. Yeah, accepting all donations for new microphones because, like, I think I'm officially
I'm done other than Hawk to a coin.
Word. I ain't taking that, bro. Nah.
But refresh that. There is one more since we are 2 weeks off 4th of July. Yeah, people still got some fireworks, so still wanna.
I love the Dan with a keyboard and mouse setup, bro. He's engaged. He's looking up shit. He's posting. Like, you're right. That's like I got a hand around here. I dig it.
Like I said, it's just hard. Well, it's mainly just my finger things and the touch screen, but we don't need to get in all that.
We don't need to hear about your finger things, bro. It's cool.
Oh man, why you gotta make it sound like? Why you gotta do me like that?
You said it.
No.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait.
Whoa, you're at it'll show. So instead of throwing it like into the ditch off to the side, I don't know if you noticed, but when he tried tossing it out of the car, he tried throwing it over the hood in front of the car. He tried throwing it like that way over the hood, but
it got just sucked into like radiator. That's unfortunate, bro.
He didn't throw it like high. He just stuck with the top.
That is a salty young man with my homies. Thought we was having a fun day, bro. Right there, I'll be salty.
You probably can't hear, but they could hear the driver was like, "Idiot, you freaking dummy, dude." Yeah, that's that guy. I will, if we gotta gather arms or something. The red tide happens. They start invading on the soil. No offense, but don't be near me. I don't want you even in my same area code defending stuff. If you got a pew in your hands, or especially a grenade, because you obviously can't put a grenade where you'd want.
I don't think I flipped over the two bros trying to light off a giant firecracker.
Yeah.
He goes to throw it somehow. Yeah.
Best part is that car that was covered. Right, I'm surprised that thing actually has stuff to make airbags go off from a collision. It's like either a half or darn. It's at least a half stick, I think, of dynamite that he's.
Bro, speaking of cars, have you been following
Matt Armstrong.
Sub?
Oh.
So I'm soaked in because it's just big diagnostic problem after diagnostic problem, and it's with supercars and hypercars. So it's all like Bugatti's not gonna like help me with this, so we gotta like figure out how to get the like e-fuse, you know, to like find us an e-fuse somewhere.
Where is this guy on?
YouTube. So he buys damaged supercars and then fixes them up. And
Yeah.
makes a YouTube channel. And then allegedly, dude's story is he started out just fixing cars in a parking lot or a driveway or whatever. Just started a YouTube. 6 years later, dude's got a giant effing crib with giant effing garage and blah blah blah.
Oh, there's a lot.
Florida, yada yada yada, and it all got started with him trying to fix Audi TT.
Yeah.
They were like a giant pain in the arse, but he did it. Probably made a bunch of good money. And also started making. Dude's like he's got a Gallardo. He got like 2 rolls in the garage, one for the wife.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, yeah, I bought a broken GT3 RS that
the GT3 RS one was
everybody's a fanboy of the GT3 RS. Like all little kids, everybody knows what that's the hottest. Like, if you want to be the hot, that's the I'm a cool influencer and I get my hot whip. The GT3 RS is like, they're 300. Yeah, they're somewhere around. They can be more depending on your trim option. If like there's some super custom trim options that are like $100,000 and just the paint and leather stitching.
So he got a GT3 and rebuilt it, and a GT3 RS, and then rebuilt it. Then he got one of the dopest F1 racers. Or no, he's an okay F1. He's won F3. 4, 3, and 2, and now he's earned his way into F1. I didn't know there's only 20 spots.
I'm not super sure on that one. My buddy would know if he was watching, but he's not in the chat, I guess. Michelle, how many he is? You're probably in bed sleeping.
To come and drive the GT3, and they did a lap, right?
Yeah.
And so the GT3 has a better top end, like so he could beat him on the stretch, but the GT3 RS
It has just superior. That's because he, well, I guess depending on the year, yeah, just a little more power and launch stuff. Everywhere, on top and underneath.
Like I knew, like the spoiler, like I've seen those move and shit.
Yeah, shit. Underneath the car is where actually you get that's where the most magic can happen. People think the big spoiler on top and everything is like real. I mean, it helps a lot. Yeah, like the big. You see basically like yeah, but like the thing about what a lot of people don't know with that is like that downforce creates drag. The other way you can do downforce is through suction, which is the underside of the car. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, that's just how you. That's the only way you can get good enough aero to go those speeds.
The Bugatti, I also didn't know, has a speed key. So he had a guy come and fabricate a speed key, and then they learned and figured out that Bugatti lied, and the speed key has no transponder at all. So you don't need to pay money and get the like $5,000 like Bugatti.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just a Volkswagen Passat spare minimum part, I bet.
You know.
Ooh, excuse me.
And then I don't know, man. I think you dig it, bro. It's a dank ass channel. I'm a way less car guy. So.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
it is bad because it's like I have to watch it. They're like doing the thing, and then it's like
I mean
trying
that
to figure out what's wrong with this.
yeah, no, definitely. I bet I'm gonna like it a lot. That GT3 RS one was 2 weeks ago and 9.4 million views. Of course, he's got some YouTube money.
He got a second channel. Then he got like a Matt Armstrong Mark II, and it's like more behind the scenes.
Heck yeah. Anybody that's yeah, that's how you know they're not just YouTube savvy and like want to have fun. They're actually business savvy because they're doing a separate channel. Asman's got several channels. A lot of people don't realize. You know, you can't have all your eggs in one basket. Oh, where's he originally from? Oh, yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot more fun over here too because they got a lot more laws and restricting that stuff over in the UK. But yeah.
He bought the place in Florida, and then but then it's like a huge thing. The CEO came out video. It was like, sorry, this is just unsafe. We can't get on board with it. They're just guys. Like you have to do everything the right way. You need the right guys. So then he, like he's not trying to be a jerk, the Matt guy.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to say anything about Bugatti, but we made it and it drives. Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
Man, just trying to save face.
If there's any car guys, or you just like.
Oh, I'm muted again, son of a biscuit. If there's any car guys or you like just diagnostic, like figuring it out stuff, check out the Matt Armstrong guy on YouTube. Super duper awesome. Conspiracy logic is with the Russia poisoned him, Putin loves poisoning people narrative. Okay.
Yeah, them dirty commies are always
damn communist bastards.
Did you hit my other post too? I thought I had like 3. I remember the 2 for sure.
You double linked.
Oh,
so it's the same thing.
Oh no, that. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh, that's an important one.
The one you said that might get taken down?
Yeah. You know what? Okay, that's the important one. So we're all these
and you can edit that.
All these, people and faces and whatnot. So about disappearing. We're talking about Hitler earlier.
Make America great again. We will make America great again.
Oh dang, it's 11 o'clock.
Man, the time flies when
Pumpkin, throw it in for next week, or is it good for right now?
Let me one sec.
Isn't it funny how the internet works, bro? I just take a picture that you made for like if I ever needed it and you were like not here early enough, and I put it in here and it just totally fits. Totally looks like you posed for this thumbnail thing.
Also, side note, that Trump coin, I'd say more if you look up his
conspiracy logic is good at getting coins, bro. You got to get us some of these Trump coins, bro. I need like 50 of them, dog. These Trump dollar coins.
His his mugshot on his profile picture on Truth Social. That, yeah, I would say.
Oh, the one with the America.
Yeah,
colors of it.
But like, there's a lot of, if you just like Google like his Truth Social Trump, there's a couple other like that are his more, I'd say, usual picture I see like of his face.
Yeah.
I say it's definitely, if you put them side next to the coin, definitely a little more of the series other than the mugshot.
Sure.
But the mugshot would have been the ultimate Trump.
Shut up, Dan. We like that fake news. That's good fake news. I wanted to use the mugshot, but they wouldn't let me. They had to make it a shot like it. I guess it's against the rules to make a president on dollar bills while they're alive.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess I'll have to wait for my daddy Trump on the $100 bill until he's passed away.
Man. So I guess
I'm gonna be salty when this dude passed away, man. I cannot believe I couldn't give one F about Trump his whole life while he was doing Apprentice, bro. Being like a multi-billionaire baller. And then dude runs for like fixing America, and I'm like, bruh, he my guy, bruh. Like, ride or die, bruh.
He's my boy. But to fill in while I'm trying to figure this out, see if I can find a trace of it. Because holy cow, this
already been taken down, bro.
I was gonna say this isn't looking good for that.
Already been taken down. The deep state has been alerted.
Dang, yeah.
The deep state. I think this is definitely my new favorite shirt of the year, though. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's one thing we didn't.
I feel like I can wear this one out, and you can't get that mad at me, even if you're a libtard, because it's like the 250 right now.
Talking about 250.
And it's like first guy, current guy.
That brings up some news we didn't cover. The Canadian that overstayed her visa.
She gonna get deported.
She's already in ICE custody.
Yeah, they got her, bro.
Husband's like crying, breaking down. I don't know what to do. I'm so broke. You gotta I'm trying to help her.
You don't know what to do about it?
You probably should have held her back in that moment when she did that, because that's the most embarrassing. That's the most embarrassing part. She's like, "Oh, it was the woman was a Trump supporter. The girl was a Trump supporter in a Trump shirt." These people are so deranged and so hyped up. It was a 250. It was just supporting America's 250th birthday.
They called it a Trump shirt.
Yeah. Well, like she was saying, like she was a Trump supporter. Like that's why she assaulted her. And like
what?
But there was nothing identifying. She took the 250 shirt as just like, oh, since I support the birthday of America, I must be on Trump's side.
Okay, so now that's stupid.
That's how they've got these simpleton brains wired, you could say, that can't like fully think for themselves and make a lot of problem-solving actual decision.
So it's stupid when a libtard does it, but I saw my niece for the 4th of July, and I said, "Hey, what's that?" And I pointed at the American flag, and she said, "Trump flag." I said, "Yes, yes." American flag, but I'm not going to correct you. You're 3. That's fantastic. I love it.
Man,
our family is also curious. The first time, I guess just me, my mom and dad, we're curious. The first time that one bites my brother and his wife in the head. And she's like, Donald Trump's our president because they taught her the right way, bro. That's the cutest shit ever.
That is adorable.
I'd be like, who's
Kids
this
are
all the
something
time?
else. Man, well, so yeah, she's getting deported all over rage. There's words of wisdom when you want to get angry and it's just something you're like, I need to be. I mean, I don't know if anybody thinks like I need to be angry and then you're just getting angry over it. I think you just, you get angry and something triggers you. Oh, that was what Asvin had a video going over this dude that was saying he was a chick, and the cop was kind of, like, he could have just been like, yeah, respect pronouns and say it, but said he, and this person was freaking out, just absolute, just screaming at the top of their lungs and everything. That's how easy the derangement goes, you just, how do we beat them at their own game?
I thought somebody did say something about conspiracy logic, but then also people were calling it a dollar. This commemorative point. The other one looked like a
Well, the post on the locals. Wasn't there a thumbnail pic on the? Wasn't there a? Oh yeah, like that. Yeah.
ever memorialized in a gold dollar coin that will be released later this year. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced on July 15th, a day before my birthday, another amazing birthday. Amid swirling questions over the currency's legality, that the United States Mint will begin printing coins. The dollar coin design released by Bessent sealed on the feature is looks like perfectly like
That's a classy.
God we trust. There's $1 on it, so it's a real one. Agency has also designed a new $250 bill.
Man. Yeah, so I swear I saved this somewhere too. I can't find it in any of my stuff
So the
saved.
commemorative one right now, the small one was out of stock, and the 3-incher was $160. I want to blow $160. Then I can also just be a funny old grandpa man. Be like, check out my 3-inch coin. You have to be like, I'm sure nothing in there could be innuendoed, but it sounds like an innuendo.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Like the width of a cookie. Or circumference. Well, width also. Man. Was it Mrs. Fields or was it Fannie Mae? The big one right in the middle. That's Mrs. Fields. Either way, that one. Yeah. Yeah. Might have been Fannie Mae. Either way, one of the two. I'm pretty sure they do cookies.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah. It has.
I wouldn't have known what that was.
All I could remember is the white and red.
Yeah, totally. Branding, bro. Branding important.
Because isn't the other one also white and red, Fannie Mae, or MAE? Oh,
they're not cool.
Damn. Dang. They still have that store there, yeah. Chocolate.
Don't forget about rockets. Damn, they're not putting a lot of effort. Regular Grok is on version 4. And they bought the coding app that I was using.
Mm-hmm. Don't put it in dirt. Man, yeah, I swear.
These dollar coins, bro, this fall, man. This will be fun. Get 50 of these and hand them out to my friends.
Yeah. You want try a search real quick while I'm still doing this, if he had a coin out already from the last, did Trump have another coin come out in his last administration?
Well, I guess the other one is I didn't know there was a difference between.
Oh yeah, dude, I'd still just being muted.
Where I
Gotta get new mics.
saved.
Gonna buy new mics. I'm sick of the echoing. I'm sick of being muted by myself this episode. Did Trump? Nah, he did not have an official U.S. coin produced with his face during the first term. While there were many privately minted medallions, challenge coins, cryptocurrency tokens, here, show the viewers this one while I get my other one.
Oh, it's got a chip. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, you can see that better. Whoa. There's the back.
Yeah, bro, I already got one.
Felt like it was. Wait, 2016 was Obama.
No, that was the first year of Trump.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because 16 was the end of it.
That was like the election. Then it would have been like 17 inaugurated.
Keep America great. Yeah, good old seal. Yeah.
And then I also got this one for $20.
I got my favorite one's a Snoop Dogg 100 that I have. A faker.
That's funny.
Yeah. Is this the one, if you're watching or not still, John? Is this the coin you're talking about? I feel like there's a different one, but well, it's gotta be probably real.
Taken down.
So, because I swear I sent it and saved it as the double, make sure if it does get taken down, you can see.
I am not still muted. Okay, cool. That's got to be old. Okay. What? Things moving. I don't think I'm muted.
It's not any of them. So, well, I'll just have to describe this now. So there was a video. I don't know if it was. I feel like it had to have been more, not just this guy, because he already. I mean, it could have been just this video, but there's this video that was going around. This dude's apparently in Palm Beach area. He's in Florida somewhere. But he pulls up next to this car. It's a convertible. Got the drop top down. Nice, bright, sunny day. And so, you're wide out in the open in a convertible. And so if this is real, that makes it almost more scary. This dude's got the balls to just go out and risk it like this. He rolls up to this guy and he's like, dude, no way. That's got to be him. Rolls the window down and it's just this dude with sunglasses on, but no hat even. I don't even think he had like a hat. Just straight sunglasses. That's it. Drop top, fully exposed. Looks a little familiar. He goes, Jeffrey. And the guy's like almost with a smile, like almost a half smile, like, oh, hey, and then looks and sees it's not, and like looks back away. And except here's the weird part. Like, there's that, and it's like, okay, so now if this is actually him and he's out and about.
He wouldn't be just out and about.
And he got, hey, that's what I'm saying. This dude's got so much money. He's like, I have to stretch my legs. Yeah, let me. And then he ends up being able to do that. That's some pull.
But there's no way that he'd still be here. He'd be like off in like Belize or something for sure.
But maybe. I mean, hey, that's always a strategy. Hiding the most obvious.
Oh, sure. Sure.
So the dude then goes after the guy was like, Jeffrey. And he looks at his like seat is like, oh shit. And then the light turns, he starts taking off. And as he's taking off, he looks by and he goes, it's Palm Beach Pete. You just normally like go telling people that, you know.
So have you looked up Palm Beach Pete?
Haven't looked up the Palm Beach Pete guy yet.
So that is the guy that looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And everybody was like,
why does he respond to Jeffrey so well?
Oh, he's been getting it for he's been getting it for like 2 months now, I guess.
But yeah, it's weird that they take it down now.
Well, he's probably asking for it to be taken down at this point. He got real like, all right, everybody, please, that's enough. Okay.
I mean, that would then have to be a personal decision. They wouldn't have to.
Well, it could
legally.
be like some defamation stuff at this time, perhaps.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess this has got such a bad nostalgia to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want nobody running around calling me Jeffrey Epstein.
True. But so, yeah.
Especially in the climate, bro, because if all of a sudden the left shifted and decided that like Jeffrey Epstein needs to be murdered, then that poor dude's like, yay!
That dude is darn. You know, I bet they have maybe the same dad. Maybe dad.
Maybe Palm Beach Pete's dad was friends with Fidel Castro.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I don't know who Jeffrey Epstein's dad was, but remember the.
I don't know.
Remember the Justin Trudeau. Fidel Castro conspiracy because his mom and his dad were friends with Fidel Castro and would hang out with the communists, and then they were swingers, and then all of a sudden we're not sure who Justin Trudeau's dad is.
Yeah, there's that little bit. Man, I had one,
but that's all I got for you, bro.
Yeah, I had something else there. Now I forgot whatever it is or it was.
Put it on the locals, folks. You can join the locals by hitting that red button down below. Hit that join button. It is free to join, hang out, and follow along throughout the week as I post all this business. And sometimes, Dan, but rarely, he's getting better. But, you know, you can join for free. Hit that red join button down below. And then if you would like to help keep the lights on, you can sub to the Primo Squad, the Truther Tribers, and be one of us. For a very, very, very small fee, you can sign up, help keep the lights on. And then also, if you got a computer, sign up.toleratetech.com down below. If you got a small business, scalartoolbox.com. Love to help you out with your technology and or small business digital marketing and maybe like AI all assistance or something like that. So definitely make sure to hit me up. I'll help you out, and those kind of things will help you out, but keep the lights on around here. Anything from you, Daniel?
Nope, just if you haven't hit like and you're still there, if you want to go back next day, here's some highlights or something, you know. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Well, always note, remember, anytime somebody wants to bring up the Epstein files and say, Trump's in the Epstein files, that's why I know he is bad. And you go, don't say no. Don't say no. You agree with them.
Oh, we do.
Because it is true. He is in 100% the files of the Epstein stuff.
Oh, he in there.
Because all you do next is you ask them, why is he in the files? And either they go, they can't give you
because he was
the
best
answer.
friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, either they
That's
can't,
what
they don't answer, or they say that, or because he's a weirdo and, you know, likes to visit an island, blah, blah, blah. And then you let them know he's in the files because he's the one that actually got the feds to start investigating.
It does seem like he was the whistleblower on that one.
There was plenty of people that tried blowing the whistle beforehand, and the feds did nothing.
But they were women.
Yeah. So again, even like, I mean, you know, I can, like, it sucks Trump is like kind of now like being even extra like un-PC. Oh yeah, fake news. Look, what was she gonna give me as a fake? You know, like right on the spot, basically. Just like you know, don't like that much, but at the same time, can't hate on it or say like it's not warranted. At least a little bit. It's not like he has zero right to be able to do that, because
the only reason why like people like my mom don't like
his
it,
name and spread all these rumors, and so what all these people think about him that ain't true. Like, I'd be pissed and just sick of it too, because like these people just can't learn. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like the PC kind of. Yeah.
Sure.
But I'm at the point where I like the punches in the face.
I think
verbal.
Did you see that? I'm pretty sure Asbin he was talking about that too. He was like, we just need like something. He was describing your social media idea app. Yeah, you gotta talk.
Yeah,
dude. You gotta put something up there at risk. You know,
straight up, bro. I think that we need to enact the punch in the face law for all social media. And if you're not familiar, type into the YouTube search. I don't know what you type in. Jay and Silent Bob end of movie. Try that in the YouTube and remind yourself where I must have subconsciously got my idea from.
Which Jay and Silent Bob movie end?
Just type that in. It should come up. Because I don't think the second one had a dope ending. But it has the song, how many people want to kick some ass? And then that's how it starts. And you know...
But yeah, Palm Beach. Now, when you actually look up Palm Beach, you can find that video that I was trying to find before. But it's late. No, that can be something you guys can have fun practicing your looking things up and digging into stuff.
And practice your sharing.
Or just an excuse to show up next week to see who this pistol, or I want to keep calling it Pistol Pete. Palm Beach Pete. But yeah, he actually, that's his name on his channel and everything.
So make sure to share that show. Don't be a hoe.
That's right.
And y'all have a great week, man. We got the 2. We got the 1.
Hit that like
and then we got a something like a...
Hey, man. All right. You guys up to happy to... Oh, all right.
Oh.